Corpses near the buildings, all this light and heat. Time to take a stand, boys, time to make a choice. Time to find our courage, time to be deployed. Make our only stand here, make our roads complete. All we waited for now, past and future meet. Get your weapons ready, kiss loved ones goodbye. Now our time is coming, and it is not the time to cry. Fight the war. Fight the war. Fight the war. Oh, here's why we're fighting. It's about the fight. Let the writers writing settle wrong from right. In the time of conflict, when the bullets fly, in the space of seconds, a life you cannot buy. Face the facts before you, face the simple truth. We're hopelessly outnumbered, it's tragic but it's true. Make your last formation, take the final road. Now it's time for endings, now it's time to go. Fight the war. Oh, fight the war. Fight the war. Souls in the rooms, rubble in the streets. Corpses near the buildings, all this light and heat. Time to take a stand, boys, time to make a choice. Time to find our courage, time to be deployed. Make our only stand here, make our roads complete. All we waited for now, past and future meet. Get your weapons ready, kiss the ones goodbye. Now our time is coming, and it is not the time to cry. Fight the war. Oh, fight the war. Fight the war.
Welcome to a Thursday night stream live from Gen Con from Indianapolis. Hope everyone is doing well. I am speaking very quietly because I am in the hotel room and my family is with me, so I am trying to keep my voice down. So if you cannot hear me, you will have to turn up the volume because that's the way it's got to be. But I hope everyone's doing well and enjoying themselves. I got here yesterday very late. We got in at about 1 in the morning on Wednesday. The trip over was fine, but it was just, a long drive, and I have a 2-month-old and all that, and so we had to make multiple stops. But we did make it here, and so the first day of Gen Con was today, and it did not disappoint. The Writers' Symposium that I'm a member of is in a different spot this year. It's actually over in the Westin Hotel, as opposed to being right above the exhibit hall as it has been for the last couple of years. And that's kind of cool because there's some really cool, there's a green room where we get to stay. There's a lot of all the sort of conference rooms and things like that where we're doing panels and stuff are right there. So it's a good change, I think. And, it takes a little bit of getting used to because it's not right next to the convention, but it's actually, linked to it. So it's pretty much you walk for about 30 seconds and you get to where it is. So we're pretty happy with it, and so far attendance has been good. Only a couple of panels today, a lot more panels Friday and Saturday, and a workshop and stuff Sunday. So if any of you are in the Indianapolis area, would love to see any or all of you there. It would be great to see you. And in fact, one of them I already see. I see that Hilness has said hello, and I actually met Hilness today. I was standing outside the Harebrained Schemes booth looking at the Battletech pre-alpha. I'll talk more about Gen Con when I get home about all the different stuff that I see, that I have seen here over the 4 days. But I saw the, as they called it, very, very pre-alpha, and I have to tell you, the Battletech game looks badass, like straight up badass. I'm really, really impressed. No, Lego. I said that I've always said that Gen Con is my favorite convention. You might have thought that I meant my favorite international convention. Ad Astra is definitely my favorite international convention to go to. But Gen Con has always been my favorite convention to go to. So yes. So the Battletech game looks really, really good. I'm hoping to get a chance to play it, but today when I came in, the waiting list was until like 5 p.m. Basically, the hall closes at 6, and the waiting list was like 3.5 hours from then. So I did not have a chance to sign up for it. So hopefully I will have a chance to sign up and play it. I would love to be able to do that because it looks really, really good, as I said. But I was standing there, and all of a sudden this guy says hi to me, and I'm like, and then he's like, I'm Hilness, and I saw that on his badge he had actually put Hilness on his badge. So that was cool. We had a chance to chat a little bit, and I guess he's going to be coming to my reading, which is cool. So I've met one person so far. I expect I will meet other people from the Twitch community here. And I did a presentation today on networking and promotion in the online age. I've done this presentation before. And so Twitch came up on multiple times, multiple occasions. So I've been bringing you guys up. It's been good stuff. But anyway, so that's what's going on. I am enjoying myself so far, and I wanted to get in a stream now because I don't know if I'm going to be able to stream, certainly not tomorrow night, Friday night, and I don't know about Saturday. Saturday maybe, but I doubt it. So the next possible time that I could stream would be Sunday night, and that's totally dependent on internet and about how tired we all are and all that stuff. So no guarantees. So I wanted to make sure that I got a stream in today. And so I am coming to you live with the power of ARVBox. ARVBox is set and ready to go, and we are trying something different, and that is the Cretan Chronicles Gamebook #1, Bloodfeud of Altheus. So I'll explain that in just a minute, but before I do that, I just want to mention, please, if you haven't already done so, tweet out the stream. !CTT will allow you to do that. !ARVTube will let you check out my YouTube channel. !Steam Group will let you check out my Steam group where you get announcements about the stream and stuff like that. And of course, !ARVTreon. Right now my Patreon is sitting at $3.97, and so if we can get that north of 400 and start heading towards 425, we can make sure that the ARV vocalists get their raise. We can head towards 450 to get the Arvanaut Idol 2, the second short story contest. So a lot of cool stuff, plus cool benefits for you as well. So if you are already a supporter, thank you, and if not, please consider becoming one. So before I get started any further, let me just ask, actually let me get rid of this, and let me get rid of that, and let me turn on this. There we go. Hello, everyone. Good to see you all. I'm still, of course, having to be all dark and stuff like that, but at least I actually, because again, hotel room, family sleeping in the background, but at the very least, I have to say, at the very least, we have, move myself over like that. But at the very least, I have volume of some kind. I know it's going to be quiet, but at least it'll be enough that you guys can actually hear me a little bit. Which leads me to the question, can you hear me? You will probably have to turn up your volumes and all that kind of stuff, but can you hear me? Because, again, I can't speak much louder than this because family is in the room. So, can you guys hear me is the question. Yes, no, maybe so. Yes. Maybe. Anyone? Bueller? Voice? Hello? Can you hear me? Check, check, check. 1, 2. Hello out there? Hello? Hello, 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 hello. 1, 2, 1, 2. Anybody? Uh-oh. Am I not going live all of a sudden? You cannot hear me, really? Is that true? You can't hear me? Really? I really hope that's not true, because if I have to turn it up, then I get a buzzing sound that people complain about. So, really, you can't hear me. No one else can hear me. But you can't hear my mic? Check 1, check 2, check 1, check 2. You can't hear the mic? Hello, hello? Hello, hello, hello? You cannot hear the mic at all, really? Check 1, 2, check 1, 2. Hello, hello, hello? Check 1, 2, check 1, 2. Aha. Okay, can you guys hear me now? You see my scary face? Good. Now it's online. Okay. That's weird. It showed as being live, but that's really... Okay. Well, all of you just missed me talking about... Well, I'm really quiet. I'm really quiet. I know, it's going to be really, really quiet. It can't be any louder, because if I turn it louder in the volume, then everyone complains about it buzzing. and I can't speak any louder because I am in the hotel room with my family sleeping. So, okay, so you missed all the introductory things I just said. So I'll just say hi, and that I'm at Gen Con, and that it was awesome. I was wondering why everyone was so quiet. I'm like, hello? Okay, so I don't know what that was. That was really odd. But anyway, I'm visible now. I'm sharing a hotel room just with my family. But I, of course, am trying to be quiet so that I can. Man, so that means you guys. Well, it'll be in the VOD. But so I'm surprised because I don't understand what it was doing. Because anyway, but yes, I am sharing. I'm here at Gen Con. It is Thursday night. To summarize quickly, it was a good first day. Couple of panels. Attendance was good. We're in a new spot in the Westin, and I had a chance to meet Hillness, actually. I met him standing outside the Hairbrain Schemes booth, and we had a chance to chat for a bit, so that was cool. I guess he's going to be coming to see my readings. That's good. And yeah, I had a chance to watch got a chance to watch some of the BattleTech Super Pre-Alpha. What's with the hostile cam? The highway to hell. The highway was fine. That was okay. Actually, the drive was no problem. But we got a chance to I got a chance to see the pre-alpha of BattleTech by Hairbrain Schemes, and it was awesome. It looks badass. I haven't had a chance to play it yet because the waiting list to get on the playlist was like when I tried to go there at about 1 o'clock. The playlist was like 4 hours. The waiting list, and I did not have 4 hours, so it was a little crazy. So yeah. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. I guess I didn't go. I don't know why I didn't go live, but this is still day one. Am I going to be free on Saturday night doing a live D&D session at the theater in Indy? Yeah. I don't know if I'm going to be free on Saturday night at Lego because I have a reading. I think a reading is tomorrow, but Saturday we have a symposium hangout for the Writer Symposium members, so I may be able to do something like that. So yeah. The video for the pre-alpha was amazing. I mean, I'm kind of stunned, actually, at how polished it is already, and I really want to give it a try. It's basically a tactical turn-based strategy, so sort of BattleTech turn-based strategy. Sign me up. It looks really cool. Yeah. Hillness, as Hillness knows, it was super pre-alpha, which is pretty crazy. What's up, Farsnake? So, but yeah, it was a good time. Gen Con was hopping today. Really good attendance at panels. I did my presentation about networking and online promotion and for creatives. I did the same thing at a couple of conferences already. And so I did it here, and we had probably about, I don't know, almost 30 people in the room, probably in not a very large room, probably about 30 people. It was pretty much packed. And that went really well. You guys, you'll be happy to know that Twitch came up repeatedly, so you'll be happy to know that you were a part of the experience. So it was good times. I really enjoyed the first day, and we've got a lot more going on. And as I was mentioning, on-call GM. Hopefully I'll be able to do that, Muffin. This is definitely a very busy con for me because there's a lot of business stuff going on here for me, and like talking with publishers and stuff like that. But if I can, I will do what I can to sort of hook up with people if I possibly can. So I wanted to get a stream in tonight because I'm not going to be able to stream tomorrow, and I probably won't be able to stream Saturday. Earliest I would be able to stream again would probably be Sunday, and that's dependent on internet and other stuff. So this is the next sort of clearest shot, so I wanted to make sure that I got a little bit of stuff in. No, you know what? They didn't actually even have there was some kind of a screw up, and they didn't actually have video camera for me, so I had to just be able to do it, basically, from my laptop and just explicating with the sound of my voice. But I thought it went pretty well. There were some good questions that were asked and things like that. So it was good. And then we had another panel on short stories. More stuff coming up tomorrow. We have a round table on Tolkien and Lord of the Rings, which is cool. Speaking of which, I just found out that I got accepted. I think I told you guys that I was going to Dragon Con, but I found out that I'm going to be on the Tolkien track. So there's going to be a couple of Tolkien Lord of the Rings panels that I'll be on at Dragon Con, which should be good times. So I am looking forward to that at the beginning of the month, basically Labor Day weekend. But that is a ways down the line. Until then, we're still looking at some Gen Con, and then I'll be back home, of course, next week. Yeah, I figured you would like that, Dragon. I figured you would like that. So, Alright guys, so what we're doing today is we're trying a little bit of an experiment, and that is we are going to be playing a Fighting Fantasy Gamebook style game, which is technically not a Fighting Fantasy Gamebook, but it's published by the same company, and it was only available in the United Kingdom, but it was part of a 3-book series called the Cretan Chronicles, and it's called, if you can see this, Bloodfeud of Altheus. There is a reason I wanted to try this once I read about it is there's a lot of cool sort of things that go along with this. There's shame points, there's honor points, there's different kind of combat system a little bit. So there's some really cool stuff that goes along with this, and I wanted to give it a try and see what we thought about it. So, yeah, I know, Dragon. Well, I don't know that we're going to be able to do that. The internet access inside the convention center is not amazing. So. But I have to figure out a way that I can do some kind of a, like, hey, Kilobyte, I would love to do, like, a live Periscope stream to Twitch, you know? Like, it would be pretty cool if I could figure out a way to do that, where I could just stream live from my phone or something like that, because trying to set up my laptop and doing all that stuff would be a nightmare. But it'd be interesting if I could set up a phone to do that. We will see. But it will happen. Hopefully, some down the line it will happen. But in the meantime, that's kind of where we're at. Okay, so with that said, it is time for a little Fighting Fantasy Gamebook action, this time with Bloodfeud of Altheus. This is the Cretan Chronicles Gamebook 1, and we'll do this for about 2 hours or so, day 1. So let's switch over, and here we are. All right, you guys see the familiar site of the Sorcery Project, but there's a couple of things that are a bit different here, and that is things like skill, stamina, are all a little bit different. So, again, I want to remind everybody, I'm going to read some sections here, but I want to remind everybody that I cannot speak loudly because, again, I'm in the hotel room, so you guys have to bear with me and turn up your microphones if need be. Oh, and I should have a little bit of music, shouldn't I? Let's get a little bit of music going on. Does someone want to recommend a classical Greek game soundtrack? What do we think? Does anyone have a classical Greek soundtrack, classical Greek game soundtrack that anyone can recommend that you guys want to link? Dragon. No. We didn't finish all the Final Fantasies, not even close. But this came out at just about the same time as the last book that we did, right around the mid-'80s, 86 or so. Ooh, Titan's Quest. God of War, both of those are good. Oh, God of War, yeah, those are good. Yeah, it's a good one.
This is Jason Bourne.
The #1 movie in the world.
I've got to check Jason Bourne out.
Jason Bourne.
It all ends tonight.
Jason Bourne. Rated PG-13.
Okay.
The gods of Olympus have abandoned me. Now there is no hope.
And Kratos.
What the hell? The soundtrack. Okay, here we go. The animated Hercules cartoon. Okay, so let me know as this plays. How's the music? Is the music too loud? Is the music too loud, not loud enough relative to my voice? Because remember, I have to be very quiet, so what do you guys think? It's too loud? Okay. Okay, how's that? Is that better? Good? Yes, no? Maybe so? I have to be quiet because I am in the hotel room and my family is sleeping. It is God of War music. Ooh, Rome Total War soundtrack. After God of War, we'll do that one. So yeah, it's okay? Okay. Yeah, so my family is sleeping, basically, so, okay. Alright guys, here we go. So, Bloodfeud of Altheus, the Cretan Chronicles. background. Theseus is dead, replied Hermes. His body lies yet at the heart of the labyrinth of Minos. The spirits of your ancestors cry out from the halls of Hades, lusting for retribution. Aegeus, your noble father, mourns the loss of his strong-armed son. His soul, fired with soul-searing anger, urges him on to revenge, but his feeble frame cannot undertake the task. It is you, amicable Altheus, who must journey far across the wine dark sea and destroy the scourge that threatens the city of your birth. So it was that Hermes spoke, and in a wisp of smoke he vanished before you. In this book, you are Altheus, a Greek hero with an awesome mission to accomplish, striving against wild BC men and seeking to win the favor of the gods in their quest. The journey will be difficult, but it is you who will determine your destiny. The book is laid out in paragraph format. At the end of each paragraph, you will be given directions, which will determine the number of the paragraph to which you next turn. Blah, 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 I know about this.
10 years of
Okay,
I
here
have
we go.
faithfully served the gods for 10 years.
Alright, so a couple of things that are
When will
different.
you relieve me of
What
these
the hell is this? I
nightmares?
want a soundtrack, not speech.
We request one final task of you, Kratos. Your
Oh man. Alright, I'm going to do the Rome Total War soundtrack because apparently God of War has decided that a soundtrack means to put in every bit of speech on top of it. Okay, let's go with this one. Rome Total War. Okay. Got it. Yeah, I turned it down a little bit. Boogeyman behind me. Lives are at stake. Okay, here we go. So, before you set out, there are a number of things it is necessary for you to know. Your mental state, your fighting skills, and your relations with the supernatural and society are described in terms of 4 characteristics. These are might, protection, honor, and shame. Their values will change during the course of the game, and I have them listed as you can see there. You have wounds as well. Your wounds start at healthy, and as you suffer injury, you move through wounded and seriously wounded to dead. The way combat works is that whenever you hit someone, that person goes from healthy to wounded, then from wounded to seriously wounded, and from seriously wounded to dead. Same thing happens to you. As you get closer to death, you become less effective in combat also. So it's actually a more realistic combat system than some of the things that you find as well. Let's see. Also, you get different items and equipment, as is the case with most Fighting Fantasy game books. Altheus' might is always made up of a combination of his natural ability and the value of the strongest weapon he is carrying. Altheus' natural might is 4, but this will be supplemented whenever he is carrying a weapon. Protection is made up a combination of Altheus' inborn skill at dodging and the sum total of the armor he happens to be wearing. He has inborn protection of 10. So basically what I did was, under stamina, basically stamina is protection for us. So stamina protection is 10. Skill is 4, that's basically might. Then we have these 2 statistics, honor, which is at 7, and shame is at 0. Now honor and shame I think are really cool, so check these things out. Honor is all important for Altheus. It determines his relations both with his fellow men and with his patron god or goddess. Without honor, he will find himself an outcast. His patron deity will refuse to aid him when called on. Not that this aid is automatic in any case. Men will despise him and seek to do him ill. Altheus starts with an honor value of 7. This may increase or decrease without restriction, but it may never decrease below 0. If he ever reaches 0, it may not increase again except through appeals to Zeus, which we'll talk about in a minute, or by means of a special item described in the text. Honor is gained by victory in combat. It may used up in appeals to the gods. Honor may also be used to gain a temporary increase in might or protection in combat. This is one game where you get to say shameful display. Exactly. Shame is another crucial concept in Bronze Age Greece, the setting of this adventure. Shame, which initially has a value of 0, cannot be eradicated once acquired except under exceptional circumstances. It is accumulated by such cultural faux pas as slaying one's opponent after he has surrendered, retreating ignominiously from a fair fight, or failing to perform heroic deeds. Such gross crimes as patricide, marrying one's own mother, or failure satisfactory to maintain one's armor will be penalized by a greater increase in shame points. If Altheus' shame ever rises above his honor, he will be overwhelmed by the burden of his heroic conscience, and will be either forced to disembowel himself with a short sword, if one is available, or be struck down by a thunderbolt from Olympian Zeus, father of the gods, and his spirit will go whining through the dark halls of Hades, the life destroyer. Resurrection is, in this case, specifically forbidden. If shame exceeds honor in the middle of a combat, though, no action is taken until the battle is completed. Then the honor he gains from victory may save him from this horrible fate. So in other words, guys, you gotta think like a Bronze Age Greek hero, okay? You gotta think about doing honorable things, okay? Honor. No shame, honor. Okay, we'll talk about combat when we get there. And I think that leads us to gods. First of all, shame punished by Zeus. I know it, right? Seriously, it's time. The gods are a crucial part of Altheus' life. At the start of the adventure, and you guys will hear this in a minute, you must dedicate yourself to one of the following gods: Ares, Athena, Poseidon, Apollo, Aphrodite, or Hera, and you must try to avoid angering any of the others. Presiding enigmatic over them all is Zeus, father of the gods, who will aid Altheus once in the adventure. There are also lesser gods below them, goddesses and spirits whose anger is still to be avoided. Altheus' standing with his god is determined by his honor. At certain points in the text, Altheus will be offered help by the deity. If it is his patron, he may expend the requisite amount of honor, so a certain number of points, and accept the favor. If Altheus does not have enough honor, he will be referred back to the paragraph where the choice was offered, but will nonetheless lose 1 point of honor. Once lost, honor cannot be regained except by praying to Zeus or by use of certain artifacts. Exactly. In the case of deities who are not his patron, Altheus is either in favor, neutral, or in disfavor. To begin the game, you are neutral with all the gods. So, you may pray to Zeus once, and once only during each adventure. This has a number of effects. If you have been killed by any number of any means other than shame overtaking honor, you may be resurrected with all equipment, shame of 0, and honor of 1. Paragraph indicated in the text. When Zeus saves you in this manner, do not be surprised if you find yourself moved to a nearby port to the same town or vicinity. This is simply divine Zeus's way of ensuring your safety. You may simply gain 1 to 6 honor points, so you can pray to Zeus to gain honor back. If your honor is at 0, you may have it set to 1 and regain the ability to acquire honor. And the last thing you can pray for from Zeus is you may have the attitude of all the gods set back to neutral, regardless of what they were. So basically, Zeus is a get-out-of-jail-free card. It's a one-use only. Okay. Thank you for the follow, Redoco58. Welcome to the Arbonauts. And I will turn that volume down even further. Okay. Now I turned it down. Hopefully it's a little bit better. Okay. So, yes. So again, Zeus, one shot only, get out of jail free card, basically. That leads us to equipment. Although you are a hero, you start off lightly equipped with only a club and no armor. So you have a club, which is Might 1. Okay, cool. Club, Might 1. Okay, that's pretty much it. All you got is a club. You may carry only 1 spare set of armor in addition to any you may be wearing. It doesn't stack, so you can't wear 2 suits of armor at once, but there's no limit to the amount of small items you may carry. Okay. Now the last thing that I want to note is, can I bust your mic? Yeah, unfortunately I can't do that. It's not so much that, it's that if I turn up the microphone, then people can hear buzzing, so I'm trying to balance that out, actually, unfortunately for me. Okay. Now, the last thing I want to note for you guys that's different about this than most fighting fantasy game books is something called taking a hint. There are certain spots in the adventure where you can... Yeah, unfortunately, I can't do that. Because if I do that, like I'm speaking right into the mic, like right now, if I increase the mic gain, you guys will hear it, and there'll be a lot of buzzing. I can probably increase it a little bit, but I can't increase it much because... Okay, that's the best I can do. Okay. Right, now, taking a hint. So there's certain spots in the adventure where you basically can see the future, or you might be able to see the future. And in those moments, I will tell you, this is a moment where you could, if you wish, take a hint. Now, here's the problem. If you take a hint and, this is important, there is no non-standard action. There is no non-standard action which a Bronze Age hero would have thought of. You will pay a penalty in either honor or shame or both for trying to be ahead of your time. So in other words, sometimes there'll be places where you could take a hint and you think there's like a cool different thing that you could do that the text isn't explicitly offering you. But if that, whatever you think of doing, is not something which you could actually do in Bronze Age Greece, like if you're like, okay, this wild boar is charging me, what I'm going to do is pull out my AK and blow it away. A Bronze Age Greek hero would not have that. So if you go forward and you have some cool concept that the text doesn't understand, then you could lose honor or shame. So in other words, taking a hint can be dangerous, but it is a possible way to, another way of getting around obstacles. And combat in this game, by the way, is definitely deadly. So it's going to be interesting to see how you guys handle that. Okay, so with that said, let me show you guys the map. Actually, wait a second. I might be able to show that because I pulled up a PDF of this. So let's see if I can show this. 1 second. Bear with me. Okay. Let's see if I can show this. Yeah, the combat is a little similar, Lego, but rather than having stamina, you have, instead of having stamina, basically you just have healthy, wounded, seriously wounded, and dead. So basically when you strike your opponent, he drops down on that track from healthy to wounded, from wounded to seriously wounded, and from seriously wounded to dead, and vice versa. And so essentially you need to be careful about when you get into combat, so you need to recognize that combat is very, very deadly, basically. But if you run away from combat, you might lose shame, gain shame and lose honor. So you've got to balance all these things out. It ain't easy to be a Bronze Age hero, you know what I'm saying? Okay. Let's see if I can rotate this. Rotate you is the question. How that I can rotate you? Yeah, I guess I can't. So you guys unfortunately are going to have to you're going to have to kind of turn your head to see this because I can't rotate it. At least I don't know how to rotate it. Oh man. Does anybody know in OBS how to rotate a window? Does anyone know how to do that? Well, actually, you know what? Maybe I can rotate it. Hold on. Can I rotate it is the question. maybe I can do it. I think I can do it. No, I got it. I got it. Okay, there we go. All right, guys, here we are. So, here we are. So, you can see the island of Crete. You can see, essentially you can see Greece there. So you've got the island of Crete, you've got Cythera, you've got Thero, Naxos, Melos, Delos, Andros, Syros. You've got Corinth, Cleone, Mycenae, Delphi. Some of these places I've actually been to. I've been to Crete, for example. And so you begin, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, on the island of Crete. I just got started, yes, Jedi, and the con has been great so far. It's been awesome. Hey, Jay. How you doing, guys? So there you go. That is what this looks like. Okay. What's up, Varney? You've been to Santorini, yeah. I've been on the island of Santorini, and it was pretty wild. It was pretty beautiful. Is that okay? Arv in the dark. Okay, so now I want to show you guys what you see. So bear with me as I capture it. Of course, that thing I just showed you was the one part of the map that was like, or the one part of the book that I'm supposed to rotate that direction. So now let me put it in the right direction. Okay. Sorry, capturing. Lovely. Okay, here we go. Alright, guys. So, here we go. Trembling with terror at the tale of Hermes, you rush out of your cottage and into the fields. You search for your mother, Aethra, and find her huddled under a spruce tree tending the goats. In haste you blurt the words of the god. My son, replies your mother, the words of the god fill me with sorrow, but they are true, for the gods never lie. You must follow the orders of the winged messenger. Travel to violet-crowned Athens and seek for your father, Aegeus. Take with you my jewel, for it was once your father's, and he will surely recognize it. But first visit Passes, high priest of Troezen, and take what advice he can give you. Good luck, my son. Prove worthy of your noble father and dead brother. Having spoken, she turns away lest you catch sight of her tears. You linger a moment, and then, with the jewel clasped firmly in your hand, you rush away down the hillside into the town. It is dawn, and rosy-fingered Eos has only just tinged the horizon with red. The streets of Troezen are empty, save for a handful of scurrying slaves already about their master's business, and you come quickly to the temple. The high priest greets you. He already knows of your errand. Altheus, before you lies a great journey to lands of which you have never even dreamt. Many dangers await you. Without the aid of a god, you cannot prevail. Choose now a patron god or goddess to guide and help you. Grey-eyed Athena offers you the gift of wisdom. Ares, god of war, offers strength. If beauty tempts you, think of Aphrodite. Apollo, the archer god, controls the gift of prophecy, while Hera, queen of the gods, has influence over Zeus. Your travels are sure to take you across seas and oceans, and these are Poseidon's province. Choose now one of these 6 to aid you, and pay them homage. Good luck, Altheus, son of Aegeus. So, now you have to choose a patron god. Do you wish to choose Aphrodite, Ares, Poseidon, Athena, Hera, or Apollo? I'll give you guys this list right here. All right, which god should we choose, guys? Aphrodite, Ares, Poseidon, Athena, Hera, or Apollo? Well, I mean, you just know basically what they are. The situation that you're dealing with is you've got Aphrodite, Ares. Aphrodite is the goddess of beauty. Ares is the god of war. Poseidon is god of the sea. Athena is goddess of wisdom. Hera has influence over Zeus, and Apollo is the god of. In here, he is controls the gift of prophecy. Aphrodite has awesome parties. Probably true. Probably true. Looks like we got Aphrodite's and Aphrodite, Ares, and Apollo out front here. Oh, the other thing I want to check is I think I may have the older version of ARVBot in here, so double check and make sure that you're getting confirmed. If you're not, I'll have to add your vote in because I don't think I have the newest version of ARVBot installed. Sorry, I have it on my home computer but not here. So Dragon Spear I think voted for 4, and I don't think I see a vote for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, so there we go. Aphrodite is the goddess of beauty. Glip, and I guess it's hard to say which one of these gods. Some of them it seems obvious. So like Poseidon is the god of the sea, goddess of the sea, and that might help you on your sea travels. Aphrodite might help you with charming, people, like charming men or women, that sort of thing. So, So basically, any one of them though could be valuable. You voted for 5. Yeah, I got you on there, Fireball. Oh, your vote didn't count? Okay, I'll fix that. What did you vote for, Shadow? You voted 4? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. I got you. Aphrodite 3, Athena 3. Interesting. So the top 2 vote getters are between the goddess of beauty and the goddess of wisdom. All right. Yeah. All right, Athena is in the lead. Last call. Last call, last call. Athena is taking the lead. Yeah, and as a reminder, the gods that you don't choose, you will all just be neutral with. You can still gain the favor or the disfavor of any of the gods or goddesses, but this god that you're choosing will be your patron. You'll be supporting the Patreon with these gods, basically. All right. Yeah. Okay. So Athena is the winner. All right. Our goddess is Athena. Let's make that note. Okay, yeah, exactly. Athena, tell us how to win the rest of the gods' favor. Okay. Alrighty. So you've chosen Athena. Well, hopefully both, Fireball. Okay. In the temple at Trozen, you bow down at the statue of Athena and pray. The room goes quiet and peaceful. Then, in a shimmering haze, the statue stirs into life. Altheus, son of Aegeus, you have chosen wisely, and wisely shall I aid you in your quest. In return, I ask of you one favor. Oh wait, it really is actually doing this, okay. In return, I ask of you one favor. Go to Crete and recover your brother's body, that it may be buried in Athens with fitting rites. Good luck. Athena is goddess of defensive war, so you may add 1 to your protection value. So now your protection value is 11 instead of 10. In addition, you need pay no honor when instructed to do so if you take a look 20 numbers on and there is no hint. So remember what I told you guys about taking a hint? That when sometimes there's certain parts in the text where you can take a hint. Most of the time, if you take a hint and there isn't one there, like so you thought you had a good idea but then you didn't know what it was, you jump forward 20 spaces. Most of the time that would cost you honor points, but because you are the goddess of wisdom's is your patron, you don't have to take that penalty. If the penalty is in shame, however, you must still take it. The statue falls silent and will speak no more. You set out for Athens where your father is king. So, let's see. So she said go to Crete. Yes. So I guess you don't start in Crete. I thought you did, but I guess you don't. Yeah, basically. More or less that's right, Shadowed, yeah. Okay. The statue falls silent and will speak no more. You set out for Athens, where your father is king. The road is hard and you are soon tired. As you struggle up a rocky mountain path, a man and a woman ride past on a horse deep in conversation. As they gallop on, the dust makes you splutter, but they are out of sight before you can react. Eventually you reach the top of the hill, and for the first time in your life can look down into the valley beyond. It is fertile and inviting. You can see high-walled Tirans in the distance, and a little nearer into the east, Epidaurus, sacred to Asclepius the healer. You drink deeply from the wineskin and press on down the hillside. The path forks. Will you go left or right? And by the way, for those of you who came in a little bit late, Hermes comes to you and says that your brother Theseus has just been killed, and you need to find out why he was killed and basically, get revenge and so forth for your father. So... Okay. Go left or go right? Let's see. Okay. Prince. Right. Okay, so now I want to mention before I put this vote up. Yeah, hold on a second. Before everybody votes, I just want to ask. Before everyone votes, we're still good. All right, good. Let's hold on. Before everybody votes, I have a question. The text is saying that you have the option to get a hint. I want to remind everybody that if you try to get a hint and the hint doesn't work, in other words, if it's not appropriate for you to have gotten a hint, then you will end up being penalized with either honor or shame loss. Now, if it's honor points that you're losing, you won't lose honor points because Athena is the goddess of wisdom and she is your patron goddess. But if it's shame, then you will gain shame points as a consequence. So first question is, do you want to get a hint or not? So hint or no? Hint or nah? All right, we've got nah, nah, nah. Okay. Okay, thanks for noting it. That's a good way to do it, Shadow, so I see it. So I got your registered, Shadow. You're good. Well, it might actually not be shadowed, actually, now that you mention it. Let me see if I can track it down. It might not be. Go ahead and continue to vote, you guys, while I'm looking for it. Okay, sorry I can't see chat for a second, guys. I'm looking for where I was sent the new art box. Must be really far back there. Okay, so bear with me. Still looking for it. No, that's too far back. Don't know where I put it. Okay, wait, I might have it now. Let's see. Alright, hang on a second. Hold on, bear with me. Okay. Clear all. Exit. 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 Okay, there we go. Blah, 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 blah. No, it wasn't sent via email, it was Twitch PM. Okay. So, that takes care of that. Okay, so... Okay, so there's not going to be a hint. Alright, now let me see. Here we go. Alright, so now, let's delete that. Alright, I got that done. Now I'm going to need the new RBot in. That's not it. There we go. Okay. Run anyway. Okay. Alright, this looks better. Oh, alright. Hang on just a second. I'm gonna put in this. Okay. Sorry about the stuff. Apologies. There we go. Alright. So now, this should be the new RBot. There we go. Okay, new RBot is working. So RBot is back. Now we've got the new version, so we're good. Okay, so no hint. So that means we can either go, we get a chance to test it out. The path forks, so we can go left or right. Okay, there we go. Go left or go right, everybody. There it is. It's working now. Success. Shadowed Mage is now... Democracy has been provided for Shadowed. Alrighty, cool. Yeah, because I think he fixed that after I got home the last time, so... Alright, left or right. Right is always right. Alrighty. Okay, last call. Last call, I'm going right or left. First rule of RPGs is always go left first. As long as it's consistent. That's the key. As long as it's consistent. Okay. So, looks like we are going to go right. Alright. As you start down the right-hand path, you see a gray wolf creep out of the undergrowth and slink towards you along the dusty road. Do you wish to take the left-hand fork after all, or do you want to fight the wolf? Alright. Take the left-hand fork. Hey, Nidowin. Take left-hand fork or fight the wolf. Welcome to Bronze Era Greece, Nidowin. Welcome to the land of Greek mythology. Okay, good night, Dragon. Sleep well. This is the soundtrack to Rome Total War, suggested by chat. I was indeed, Glip. No, then vote one. I was indeed, yeah. I'm at Gen Con right now, Glip. I just got through day one, Thursday. Friday and Saturday are my 2 busy days. Then I have a workshop thing on Sunday. Yeah. The whole family is with me, so it'll be awesome. Athena urges you to vote one. But yeah, some cool stuff at Gen Con. Like I say, when I get home, the stream after I get home, I will definitely update you guys on everything. But I will say that I saw the Pathfinder Adventure card game, some of the new updates with that, suggested by you. That's correct, Dragon. And I happened to see the pre-alpha of the BattleTech game coming from Harebrained Schemes, and I saw Mitch Gittleman himself, by the way. And it looks awesome. I talked to some of the folks from Hyper RPG, which is the channel that I did my special appearance on, as you guys may remember I think it was last week or the week before. And got a chance to chat with them about some things as well. I'm not going to be going to TwitchCon, Jay, because I'd have to be presenting it. Yeah, we tried God of War Jedi, but the problem is that the soundtracks of God of War has all of these like people talking over it. Like they have all the cutscene voices, so that's obviously not going to work. Titan Quest was a good possibility as well. Anyway, I'm not going to TwitchCon because I've already done a bunch of conventions, and after I'm done with this one, in 2 weeks I'm going to Kansas City, Missouri for Worldcon, and then about 2.5 weeks after that I'm going to DragonCon in Atlanta, and then about a week and a half after that I'm going to CanCon in Ottawa, and then in October I'm probably going to be going to Gamehole Con in Wisconsin, which is a big thing for my publisher, and also World Fantasy in Columbus. I might even be going to New York City Comic Con. So I've got a lot of cons, basically. So something's got to give. All right, so we've got a tie. 5 for take the left-hand fork, and 5 for fight the wolf. And good night, Dragon. Hungry like the wolf, I'm on the prowl, I'm on the prowl, I'm on the hunt, I'm after you. No, the bot's not broken. Bot's working. I'm hungry like the wolf. Yeah, we have another tie. People are evenly split. Oh, vote changing is broken. I can't fit one more in. Very cute, Jedi. Oh, really? Is that not working? Yeah, Marinda, I sound very quiet because I have to keep my voice down. I'm in the hotel room, and my family is sleeping behind me. So in ReaderCon, I had to be completely silent. I had to be Silent Bob. Here I can have my microphone, but only when I'm very, very quiet. So, yeah. And I'm trying to keep... I could, theoretically... I can boost the microphone a little bit, but the more I boost it, the more there is the potential for it to, like, buzz and stuff. So that's why I'm kind of doing it. And yes, that's why it's so dark. But welcome, Marinda. So, Nonstop, you want to... Did you not vote for one? Oh, you voted for two. Okay. Okay, so I just changed it for you, Nonstop. But apparently, I guess the change vote thing didn't work quite right. Yeah, you voted two. Okay, I just changed it now, so now it's fixed. So yeah, sorry, Netowin. I guess it's one more little bug. I guess it has to be fixed. I just installed this too on ArvBox, Netowin, because I had this on my computer at home, but I hadn't installed the new version on here yet, and now I have. So, yeah, family now includes Baby Kalen. By the way, Baby Kalen just weighed in at 12 pounds, 10 ounces. So he is becoming a fat little baby, which is exactly what you want. He is eating really well. He's gaining weight really well, so he's doing great. So, and apparently, from what my daughter and my wife says, he spent most of today at Gen Con just being like this. Like he was like amazed by everything. So yeah, it's pretty amazing. Okay, so last call. Yeah, exactly. He was just like, he was pretty stunned. So it was funny too, because they had this, so they have this kids like play area, where my daughter was hanging out and she was having a blast, and my wife was in this new thing that they just added. Sure, no, that's fine, Nat. That's fine. So she, they have this like nursing station now, which is basically like these 4 curtained walls, where women can nurse their children in private. But so I was looking for my wife after I got out of a panel, and I come up and I'm like, "Where's mommy?" And somebody's like in there, and I see the nursing station, but there's like 2 other women nursing. Now, look, women holding a baby at the breast, if you find that like a turn on, I don't know what to tell you. Like, it's a natural part of existence. It's not supposed to be a sexual thing. It's just a woman feeding the daughter, the son of the daughter feeding a baby. But I have to admit that when I walked in there, I felt a little weird, and I was like, the minute I walked in there's 2 other women nursing, and I'm like, I'm right. That's my wife right there. That's my son. My wife, my son. Like, I was really anxious to make sure everyone was clear that I wasn't some creepster, like just walking in and being like, "Oh, ladies, nursing the babies." Like, it's just like, so I walk in, I'm like, that's my wife, and that's my son right there, and it was really funny. Oh man. Okay, so you guys have decided to take the left hand. Exactly, it was awkward. A little awkward. Left hand fork instead. Let's see what it says. Take 1 shame point for you avoiding that combat chat. I'm so ashamed of you. You gain a shame. Shame for avoiding a fight. Shame. You've gained a shame. You avoided combat, but you did not avoid shame. Of course, I have this image that like the wolf is going to go run and tell someone, "Hey, did you see that, Bob? He didn't even want to do anything, Bob." Okay. The journey to Tyrins is uneventful, and the path clear of other travelers. You arrive in the high-walled city by nightfall. Will you look around, or look for somewhere appropriate to spend the night? Sure. it says about his vote. So it says nonstop has voted for number 2, Fight Wolf, and that's all it showed under the main window. So not under the debug list, but under the main but yeah, so under the main section, it says it shows that Nonstop voted for number 2, Fight Wolf, but nothing else. Okay, so are we going to look around or look for a place to sleep? I think that's really funny that the wolf like just ran to someone and was like, "Yo, did you see that guy? Wouldn't even fight me. Isn't that embarrassing, bro? Wolf wouldn't even fight me. Wouldn't even fight me. I'm a wolf. What's up?" Maybe a lot of votes for look around. A lot of votes for look around. Maybe the last call it, because it looks like everyone's pretty much on the same page here. Most people are. All right, and let's close that poll. Okay. There we go. Tyrann seems as uninteresting as your journey there. There are a few drunken brawls, but nothing a hero would get involved in. The day's travel begins to sap the strength from your legs, and you feel that you must rest. You look for a place to spend the night. Oh, excuse me. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I really think that Olympics look like they're going to be a freaking disaster. Okay. After some searching, you find an inn which is sumptuous and well furnished. Perhaps this is why there are no other guests. You eat and drink deeply with your host, displaying great lavendia, and then stumble to your room and collapse on the bed. Your feet stick out over the edge, but you manage to curl up and get comfortable. Now, I want to let you know, Chad, that this says that you can get a hint if you wish. So again, as a reminder, if you take a hint, it can sometimes give you sort of knowledge of the future. But if you try to take a hint and it's a case where you're trying to bring in modern knowledge, like basically there's no reason that you would want a hint, then you can get either honor or honor loss or shame point gain. Because your patron goddess is Athena, you will not actually lose any honor points, but you could gain shame points, or you could take a hint. So the question is, okay, so take hint, yay or nay? or nay? I was wondering when that was going to show up, Uncle Laz. Nay. I kind of like the vote yay and nay symbols. There needs to be a third one of those called meh, which is basically where you don't know whether to vote yay or nay, so you just vote meh. M-E-H. And it should be like red on one side and green on the other. You should just say meh. Alright, 5 votes for yay, 2 votes for nay. Last call, last call. Yeah, orange amber, that'd be a good one too. I like it. Alright, let's close that poll. So you guys have taken a hint. Alright. Let's see what it says when you take a hint. Before the powers of sleep brush closed your eyelids, you open a cupboard to put your clothes away, and you see there this. Let me show you guys what you see. You see this. There we go. When you open a cupboard to put your clothes away, you see there a heap of human skulls. The innkeeper must be a mass murderer. As you hear footsteps approaching, you shut the cupboard and hide behind the door, seizing your club. Let's see. Okay. The innkeeper enters with an axe in his hand. When he sees nobody in the bed, he gasps and looks wildly around. Shouting the battle cry of your people, you attack him, take him by surprise, and inflict one wound. Then the battle starts with you striking first. The guy's name is Procrustes. He has Might 1, Protection 10, and his axe is Might 5, Protection -3. So basically what that all works out to is he's got a Might of 6, and he has a Protection of 7, and he starts out as wounded. So, he starts out as wounded, and I mean, just look at his name. Can you trust a dude who's got a name like that? So remember, his skill and his protection is a little bit different. So his protection is a 7. Oh, sorry. his might, I should say. Oh, I might not have the latest version of ArvBot. That might be true, another one. I thought I did, but maybe I don't have the latest version on ArvBox. I don't know if you could maybe send it to me. If maybe you could like resend it to me. I have it at home on my desktop, but maybe resend it to me, and then when I'm done with the stream tonight, I can just download it and install it. That's quite possible. Okay, so his might is 6, and his protection is 7. Okay. Yeah, it sure could have exactly Glip. Human. Okay. So what I need is, Lego said that his internet is lagging. Is somebody willing to roll dice for this combat? Is someone willing to roll dice for this one? Because Lego's internet is lagging. Yep, you're right, Shadowed. It seemed freaky. It's fine, Shadow. Is someone else able to do it? Yeah, I know. I have to do that. I know, Jedi. It's true. I have to do both those things. New backgrounds and the new version of ArvBot. So anybody? Anybody? Is anybody willing to roll a couple of dice here? Okay. Thanks, Ned. And I'll check it after the stream. That's fine. Does someone have it? If worst comes to worst, somebody could just use an online dice roller. But if anybody's got dice that they could roll, that would be useful. Anyone, anyone, anyone? Maybe, perhaps. Yes, no, maybe so. Someone willing to roll some dice? Anybody? Yay, Netawin. Okay, cool. So, what I need you to do... Yeah, it's okay. If you don't have actual dice, that's fine. You can just use a random... you can use the WotC dice roller. Wizards of the Coast dice roller. There's a lot of dice rollers online. So whatever you want. It's just a 20-sided die. Yeah, that's cool, guys. We're playing for about another 50 minutes or so. Yeah, just use digital dice is fine. So what you're going to do is you're going to roll 2 6-sided dice, and we're going to add your might to it. So your might is 4 plus the club is 5. So you're going to roll 2 dice and add that to your might. So yeah, so when you get it, just tell me what the number is when you roll the 2 dice. Yeah, yeah. So just roll the 2 6-sided dice and tell me what you get. It's 2 6-sided dice plus might is 5. So 2d6 plus 5. Your might is 5. You have a might. Your skill up here is what I'm using for this. That's 4. Plus the club has a might of 1. So you have a total of 5. So 2d6 plus 5. And then I will roll for him. Okay. So is that total? Netawin, is that total? Or is that the 6-sided dice by themselves, or is that the total of both? Was that just the number that you rolled just by itself, or was that the total combined? Okay, so 9 total. Okay, he's got a skill of 6. Let's see what he gets. So he's got an 8 plus a might of 6 is 14. That means that he hits you. So you go from healthy to wounded. So you are wounded, and he is wounded. Good night, Hilness. See you tomorrow, I guess. Okay, cool. All right, so he hit you, and you are now wounded. So you're wounded, and the guy is wounded. So here we go again. Now I should also mention, by the way, good night, Elias. I should also mention that in the process of doing combat. Okay, so we're back. I should mention that in the process of doing combat, you can also use your honor points temporarily to increase your might. So if your honor is 11 and your might is 9, you can increase your might to 11 for one roll only by decreasing your honor to 9. So if you wished, you could increase your honor by a point or 2 points to match his. 1 plus 1 plus 5. Ouch. Okay. Let's see if I can do that afterwards. Oh, you know what? Hold on a second. I think I did this wrong. Hold on. I did this wrong. I'm sorry. I did this wrong. So I did this completely wrong. I thought it was rolling together, and it's not. So here's what happened. Don't worry about that. I messed this up. You're not wounded at all. So I messed this up. Here we go. So what happens is, in this combat system, you roll 2 dice, which you did. You add your natural might, and then you compare that to the protection of the other person. So it's not might versus might. It's protection. So his protection is 7, right? So you guys rolled for that first one. You rolled, I believe it was a 9 was the first roll that you made. That was 1 plus 3 plus 5. So 9, which compared to his protection was higher. So it means that you wounded him again. So you alternate, you attack, then he attacks, then you attack, then he attacks. So that means that he is now seriously wounded. So, because he was wounded to start with because you ambushed him, and then you just hit him again, so he's seriously wounded. So, my bad, you're fine, no problems. Okay. Procrustes is now seriously wounded and goes berserk rather than surrender. He only rolls 1 die, and he abandons his axe, but his combat values change to might 12, protection 5. So in other words, what that means is, he is now down to 5, but his might is now 12. Now you will remember that your protection is 11. So what that means is that he's going to roll a die, and he's going to roll a die and add that to his might, and then he's going to compare that to your protection. So there's a couple of ways that you can go about this. One, you could use a couple of honor points to increase your protection value so that he has less of a chance of hitting you. So in other words, you've got 7 honor points right now, right? You could, if you wish, increase your protection by, let's say, 3 points. So you lose 3 honor points. you go up to 14 protection. Then he would need to roll a 2 or higher to be able to hit you. So in other words, you could use a bunch of honor points to make it difficult for him to hit you, or you can basically take it, suck it up, take the hit from him, become wounded, and then you can get him next turn. So in other words, it's up to you how you guys want to handle it. Do you want to use honor, or do you want to take the hit? So I'm not going to set up a poll, I'm just going to ask. Do you want to use honor or take the hit? Take the hit? Take the hit. Okay, looks like people are more or less in line with take the hit, I believe. That's what we're looking at, take the hit. Alright, well, let's see what he gets. Oh. He rolled a 1. Wow. 13. Well, you would have needed to have spent 3 honor points to overcome that, so. Alright, so he hits you. He is wounded. Now it's your turn. He has a protection of 5, and you've got a skill of 5. So pretty much you're guaranteed to hit him. So go ahead and roll the 2 dice net, but you're guaranteed to hit him. So you're going to hit him regardless. Yeah, go ahead and re-roll. Even though we already know what's going to happen, you might as well roll anyway. There you go, Glib. Take the hit. Nice, okay. So you freaking slam him to the ground with your club. Okay. This is interesting. Okay. So here's what happens. So you defeat him. Good job. Now here's what this says. Check this out. It says, take 2 shame points for killing a host, even one so evil. So you take 2 shame points for that. However, you gain 4 honor points for having defeated him. A little weird, right? So you gain 2 shame points, but you also defeated him, and thus you have 4 honor points, which is interesting. And you may keep the axe if you wish. Now, shameful display. Now, and it says then you leave the town. So the axe will give you might of 5, but protection -3. So the question is, do you wish to take the axe or not? So your club gives you might of 1. That means you have a total of 5 might. If you take the axe, you will now have a might of 9, but you'll have a protection of 8 instead of 11. So, do you want to increase your might but reduce your protection, or just keep as is? So keep the club or switch to the axe. It doesn't really say that's an option, Nedwin. I don't think you really get to sell stuff in this game very much. I don't believe you can take something. I'll check it, actually. I don't know. It's really interesting. You're like, shame, but also honor. Actually, it doesn't say you can't do that, so I will say, I'm going to say that you can have it. You can't use them both at once, but... Whoops, sorry. It's a might. It's It's actually might 5. Yeah, +5, -3. The -3 is the crappy part. I mean, the might 5 is no joke, but the -3 protection kind of sucks. But yeah. So you're able to take it with you for right now, unless I hear differently. I'm just going to assume that you guys are not equipping it, but those are the 2 weapons you have. You can't dual wield it, obviously. So might 1 is the club. Axe is much stronger, but also less protection. So, which I think is kind of interesting. Okay. Now you leave the town. Because you never kill a host, I guess, Clip. But you have enough honor. Listen, it's funny to think of the idea that you gain a lot of honor points for being awesome in combat, but at the same time you can also gain shame, as long as you just stay ahead of it. It's like being in debt, you know? As long as you stay ahead of the debt. Yeah, I know, can't do a world worst RPG ever. Okay, you leave Highwalled... Yeah, exactly. You leave Highwalled Tyrann's far behind you as, mulling over the night's events in your mind, you journey north to Mycenae. The road is high-banked and there are few travelers. Some hours pass, and you reach a place where a track joins the road. Unsure of your route, you question a passing farmer on his way to the market at Tyrann's. He tells you that the track leads east to Epidaurus, home of Asclepius the healer, but that the road leads as you thought to Mycenae the Lion City. So, will you take the trek to Epidaurus, home of the healer, or will you carry on to Mycenae? What's up, Duty Calls? Let's see. Okay. So, Epidaurus, home of the healer, or go to Mycenae? Alright, we've got some people interested in healing. No, I do not have the doubled buffered I do not have doubled buffered option in the settings tab, which means probably that it's an older version, right? It's an older version, I think. Yeah, I don't have it. It wouldn't surprise me, Net. Okay. All right. So going to Epidaurus or not? Last calling it up here. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I thought I had the most recent version that I found, but I clearly was wrong, so. Okay. Let's close that poll. Looks like people want to go to the healer. Okay. As you trudge along the dusty road, the midday sun beats down on your back. You sit down to take a drink, and as you do, you notice something strange beside the road. You stand up, and when you reach the place, you see this. I'm just going to show you what you guys see. Okay, this is what you see. There is a skeleton sheathed in rotting leather armor. Across the road, a boot and a broken, rusty sword hilt lie in evidence of an ancient struggle for the traveler's life. The place is overgrown with bushes and scrub. You sigh and utter a quick prayer to your patron that your fate will be a happier one, and that amicable Altheus will live at least to see the halls of his father. But the journey beckons, and you set off again to Epidaurus. Now, before you continue, this is giving you an option for... I know. Thanks for the host, Tyler. This is giving you an option for a hint. Thanks, Shadow. Appreciate it. Something. So, it's giving you an option for a hint. So, are you going to take the hint or not? So, hint, yay or nay? Okay. Okay, my bad. Can't you just take a hint? Alright, kind of a close one here. We have chat is in disagreement. Some faint disagreement. All right, last call, last call. Last call for yay or nay. Oh, really? It's interesting. I'm not really sure whether... Do people really want an Elder Scrolls card game? Okay. So you guys are not going to take the hint. And on you go. You come at last to the town of Epidaurus. You look around in amazement at the crowded streets. Unfamiliar faces push past you and crush you against the high-towered walls. No one stops or notices you, and they all seem miserable, as if abandoned by the gods. Eventually, courage builds itself in your mind, and you seek to converse with a high-born lady. She ignores you with a contemptuous glance. Almost in despair, you seize a passerby and shake his arm. "Friend," you say, "where is the inn? Why is the town so afflicted? Is Olympian Zeus angry with its people? Do the Harpies visit your feast tables laden with the fruits of the earth?" The man only shakes his head and points lamely ahead. You look and see a scruffy tavern. You turn to question the man, but he has scurried off. Resigned, you walk towards the small, squat building. The steps are unwashed and the windows are caked with dirt. A sign above the door tells you that it is indeed a place where you can find a room for the night. Do you go in or do you go away? Okay. What should we do? Go in or go away? Yeah. Jedi just has to be contrarian. All right. We have 4 in favor of going in, 1 in favor of going away. All right. It looks like we're going in. Okay. Inside. My phone is about to die. Give me a second. Sorry about that. Had to turn on my light. Yeah, that's basically it. Oh, good night, Shadow. Thanks, dude. Okay, where was I? Yes. Okay. So you go inside, dragging Jedi with you. Inside, it is worse. Hey, what's up, Backburner? Good to see you, man. What's up, bro? Inside, it is worse than even the wretched exterior suggested. There is a powerful smell of rotting food and unwashed locals. Despite being nearly overcome by nausea, you step up to the bar. Innkeeper, you shout, a room for the night. At the far end of the bar, the innkeeper, a grossly fat, cowardly-looking man, continues to ignore you. Beside you, an old man with bare feet speaks. Son, if I were you, I would leave at once, for Epidaurus is beset by foul bandits, terrorizing the temple of Aeschylus the Healer. Go quickly, for they will likely kill strangers. Or, perhaps, since you hold yourself as a hero, you could rid our town of this curse, he adds with sarcasm heavy in his voice. The innkeeper has now come over and proffers you a key to an upstairs room. Will you pay the innkeeper and take the key to the room, going upstairs for long-fingered sleep to brush closed your weary eyelids? Or do you react to the old man's taunt at once and seek the bandits? You were out with that's a democracy for you, Jedi. So yeah, so the question is, are you going to go after the bandits, or are you going to try to get some sleep? Right? As I fade into the darkness, exactly. Alright, we have 4 people who are currently in favor of fighting the bandits, or finding the bandits. That's true. The last time you tried to sleep, the innkeeper tried to cut your head off. That's why you came to this town, to get yourself healed. Looks pretty definitive to me that chat wants to find these bandits. Okay. Find bandits it is. Okay. I should have changed the app's color to white, yeah. Okay. So, you are traveling along a road, deeply rutted by the carts of pilgrims bringing sick ones or gifts to the temple of the healer. Beside the road, the trees and brushes rustle menacingly. The wind whips up spirals of dust from the track, which further obscures the way ahead. Now, it is giving you the possibility of getting a hint. You guys want to get a hint or not? Yeah, I totally should have done that. It's true now. Yay. Jedi Knight, who's still bitter over the fact that he was dragged into the inn against his will, is like, nay, I say nay. All right, folks, last call here for yay or nay. No, there's no limit to hints. There's no limit to hints. The only issue with hints is that if you try to hint on everything and there's a place where it doesn't seem like you... There's some places where hints do not really exist. So if you try to take a hint, you can be penalized by taking either a loss of honor points or by gaining shame. But because your patron is Athena, you will never lose honor points for doing that. So, that's why. Okay. So the answer is yay. Okay. As the path narrows, the rustling of the trees seems less natural. You dive into the undergrowth and, as you creep stealthily, you find that your fears are well-founded, for two swarthy-looking men armed with long knives lie in wait for unwary passers-by. Do you challenge the bandits to fight? Do you challenge the men to fight? Or do you simply attack them without warning? Hey, Kathleen. How you doing, Kathleen? How are you? Challenge them to fight or attack them unawares. What are you going to do? Oh, just got back from Suicide Squad. I heard a lot of negatives. I heard that a lot of people are not wild about Suicide Squad. I don't know. The reviews don't like it. And again, guys, we've got to vote up. So, will you challenge them to fight, or will you attack them unawares? Oh, yeah? Okay. 6 out of 10? Okay. Oh, really? Okay, so last call, last call. 4 people in favor of challenging them to fight. No one on attack them unawares. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was never that wild about Suicide Squad to begin with. I must admit. Yeah, I heard that too, Lego. Okay. So you guys are going to do the honorable thing and challenge them to fight. Okay. So the two bandits have Might 4, Protection 10, but they carry long knives. So that means they have Might 6, because the knives are Might 2. So they have Might 6, Protection 10. However, the first bandit actually has a bonus to his fighting because he has a companion with him. So his might is 7. So basically the way it works is... Okay, and then the second bandit... Okay, so you're still fighting them one by one, so that's good. So... Second bandit is 6. And with a protection of 10. Okay. So we'll begin with you trying to hit them, Net. So you're going to roll 2 dice. You're going to add 5 to it. Well, I guess technically you could, but assuming you're using your club for now. So you're going to roll 2 dice. You're going to add 5 to it, and you need to get or beat a 10. So you need a 10 or more by rolling 2 dice plus adding 5. Okay, so the first bandit is now wounded. Okay, now it's the bandit's turn. The bandit is going to try to beat, he's got a skill of 7. Or I should say a might of 7. So now the question is, he's going to roll 2 dice. And he's going to add his might to it. Do you guys want to use some of your honor to increase your protection or not? So do you want to spend some of your honor to increase your protection so that he won't hit you? The reason I'm asking is because you're already wounded. So if you get hit again, you're going to be seriously wounded. So do you want to use honor to increase your protection or not? I didn't put up a vote for this, so we've got 2 nays and 1 yay. Okay. also made a mistake. So his status is set back to healthy at the end of every combat that he survives. So in other words, he's not wounded. You guys are actually healthy. I didn't realize that. It says any combat you survive, your status, your wounded status, is set back to healthy. So he's healthy. So my bad. So we've got 2 nays and 1 yay. So I'm going to assume that means nay. So that's actually useful. I didn't know that. Okay, so in that case, Netawin, what I need you to do, please, is go ahead and actually, I'm doing this. Never mind. Yeah, sorry, it's a different combat system, so definitely some corrections that had to be made. Possibly not. Okay. He gets an 11. That is going to hit you. Maybe you'll need the healer after this fight, though. We'll see. Okay, so you are now wounded. So now it's your turn again, Net. Now it is your turn. So, again, 2 dice plus 5. Thank you for the follow, Vanoscal. Thank you. Welcome to the Argonauts. Okay, 12. So you hit him again. So he is now seriously wounded. If he gets hit again, he is dead. But first he's going to try to hit you. You'll roll a 7, 14. So that means you are also seriously wounded. Okay, so one more time, Net. You are seriously wounded. Oh, and actually, when you're seriously wounded, there is a problem. What that results in is he's going to have a hard time now. Actually, wait. If he's seriously wounded, wait a second. I keep messing something up. When he's seriously wounded, what that means is that okay, so he rolls 1 dice instead of 2 dice, so you may not be seriously wounded. Okay, he rolled a 4. Let's see. He's in a combat of seriously wounded. Okay, so he still hit you, so you guys are both seriously wounded. Okay. So now what I need you to do for this one, Netawin, is you're just going to roll 1 die because you are seriously wounded. You're going to roll 1 die and add it to your might. Oh, you guys are both seriously wounded, so it's 2 dice. Sorry, Netawin. Sorry, I keep finding new aspects of this combat system. Because you guys are both seriously wounded, you can both roll 2 dice. So you can roll 2 dice. My bad. So you actually can roll another die. Roll 1 more die and add it to that, Ned. Sorry. Roll 1 more die and add it to that. My bad. My bad. I apologize. Roll 1 more die and add it to that. Because it says that you're allowed to both roll 2 dice if both of you are seriously wounded, and you are. So my bad. Okay, just enough. Alright, that kills him. Okay, so he is dead. Now, because he is dead, that means this guy has only got a thing of 6. So okay, nice work. Now, for this one, You do actually, for this one, this time you can only roll one die. So now you can roll only one die and add it to your might. So the question is, chat, do you want to add honor? You have a couple of options here. Let me give you your options. One, you can surrender to the remaining bandit. So the first option is you can surrender. Option number 2 is you can add honor points to your attack and add honor points to your protection in an effort to stay alive. That's your second option. And your third option is to just fight it straight up and let the chips fall where they may. So choice 1 is surrender. Choice 2 is fight, but use honor points. Choice 3 is just fight it straight up and see what happens. None. The next time you get hit, you will die. And then the only thing that will save you is Zeus. You can only take one more hit, and then it's Zeus time. Like, once you get hit, you will die. Okay, so yes to honor. Div says no to honor. To have him beat us only in a 6 roll, so it would be. This is wrong. Let's go 7. Let's go 6. He would need a. Let's see. He would need a 5. I believe it's a 5. Yeah, equals as exceeds. So he would need a 5 to hit you. Actually, but he needs a 5 on 2 dice. So he would need a 5 to hit you on 2 dice under present circumstances. Okay, so it sounds like people are going to use honor. Okay, so you're using honor on your attack, or are you using honor on defense? Okay, so it looks like people are going with honor. So honor on attack, or honor on defense, or honor on both, I guess. Honor on attack, honor on defense, or honor on both. Because you can only roll one die. So right now you have a might of 5. So you would need to roll a 5 on one die to hit him. So if you spent, like, say 3 honor points on the attack, then you'd have a pretty good shot of hitting him. And then you could use more honor points on defense. So attack, defense, or both. I just see defense, defense, defense. Well, you can't use all your honor up, Netawin. You only have basically 7 points to play with, because if your shame ever goes above your honor, you pretty much immediately lose at the end of the combat where that happens, or almost always lose. So you've really only got about 7 honor points to play with. And of course you got to do it on multiple attacks. So so you could use, like, so first the question is, do you want to use a couple on your attack? Well, you have to hit him a couple times, though. You have to hit him 3 times. That's the problem. Correct. Shame can't exceed. But again, remember, you need to hit him a couple of times. So if I were you, I would recommend using enough to give you a better shot of hitting him, and then save some points so that you can use them on multiple attack rounds. Three, 3, 2. 5 defense, 3 attack. Okay. So then it sounds like you're talking about 3. So let's go with that. So you're going to use 3 honor points to attack. So that means your might now for this roll is 5 plus 3 is 8. So go ahead and roll 1 die and add it to 8. Nedwin, please. Roll 1 die and add it to 8. Roll 1 die and add it to 8. And you're looking for 10 or 11. Okay, so you did hit him. He's wounded. Okay, so he's wounded. Now he gets to attack you. He's got a might of 6. And he's going to roll 2 dice and try to hit your protection of 11. That's true, Nenowin. That is a good point. Yeah. Okay, so then I think what I saw from you guys was 5. Let's see. Are we looking at 3 defense, I think? I believe you used 3 defense. So I think I got that right. So 3 defense, which means you have 14. So he needs an 8 to tie, 9 to beat, and he gets a 7. So he does not hit you. Okay, so you are still alive. Okay, now if you can hit him one last time, he'll be seriously wounded. So now you've got 2 honor points to play with. You've got 2 honor points to play with. Now, one thing I want to remind everybody, you can drop below your shame total during the combat if by the end of the combat you get honor back. So in other words, you can use more honor points that go below your shame total. It's taking a gamble, but if you get enough honor points from having won the combat at the end to go above shame again, you can be okay. So basically that's what you've got. So if you want, you can use more honor than you have shame points, and just hope that you get enough honor to compensate. So with that said, the question is, how many honor do you want to use on this attack? Remember, you're still only rolling 1 die here. Shameful display. Oh, it definitely, it's unlikely it would add any shame. So you remember, you've got to hit him, but you've also got to defend yourself. So how many are you going to use? How many honor do you want to use on the attack? Presumably. Non-stop, yeah, presumably. Yeah, there you go. 1 was the captain. 2 in attack and 3 on defense. Okay. Alright, sounds good. So you now have an effective might of 7 for this roll. So roll 1 die and add it to 7. Nice, you hit him. So he's now seriously wounded. Good job, and I actually have good news for you guys because the other bandit was supposed to have dropped out when he was seriously wounded. So basically, he's seriously wounded and the other's seriously wounded. So what it means is because he's seriously wounded, in the text, it has something that it tells me to do if they are both seriously wounded. So this is what it says. Both bandits are seriously wounded. And this is what happens. We will never surrender, says the leader, and as he does, they impale themselves on their knives. You may have 5 honor points, and you carry on towards the temple, wondering at the ways of men. Alright. So you are back up to 8 honor. You survived the fight. And you are no longer seriously wounded because you reset at the end of every combat. So you still have your... Yep. That's right. So you have 8 honor. Now, the question is, the text is giving an option for you to take a hint. Yeah, you didn't have to roll your defenses, right? So the question is, do you want to take the hint or just keep going up to the temple? So take the hint or keep going. That was close, guys, but you handled that well. You see what I mean? Combat is a little more complicated than this, but it's an interesting system. A for Brain looks shamefully a Jedi. I didn't actually put a vote up for this one, so hint yes or no. Okay, yay, yay. So yes, you're taking the hint or not? Okay, any other votes? We have vote for yay, yay, yay. Any other votes? Any other votes? I vote yay. Okay. Yeah, exactly. This is funny, check it out. So when you try to get a hint, this is what the text says. Kindly wonder at the ways of men in private, and don't bother the gods. Their death is enough. Have 1 shame point. So basically, that's the book rebuking you and being like, stop asking for hints when you don't need them. So 8 honor and 4 shame. However, you still have a nice little buffer there. Okay, let's see what happens at the temple. A mountain lion roars in the distance, and you hurry onwards, anxious to accomplish the task. The temple is much closer now, and you can see a statue of the god, its face convulsed as if in mortal pain. The fountain of Asclepius flows red with blood. Amazed at this sacrilege, your limbs tremble, and you are filled with a divine fury. Onwards you rush into the temple precinct, bellowing strange words as you go, words which come from the gods, like a boar, speared in a frenzied chase, cries out its defiance against the high-hearted hunters. Desecrating curs, the god will punish you for your pitiful pride, thinking that you could defile his temple and escape the price. At this, 2 bandits step forward from the gloom, where once Asclepius' light shone, saying nothing. You know that you must retreat or fight. Okay, so there's the 2 final bandits are in Asclepius' temple. Will you retreat or will you fight? retreat or fight. Yes, you are healed. After every combat, you heal back to normal. You could use the axe, but you know, the issue was more that they were hitting you because of the protection that you had involved, so. Okay, last call. Last call, also the last fight of the night. Last call. Okay. So, you will attempt to retreat. Shameful display. Although you have automatically succeeded in escaping, you must take 1 shame point and you are now in disfavor with Asclepius. Oh, guys, Asclepius is pissed off at you. Asclepius is not happy with you. Asclepius is not happy that you did not try to protect his temple. You will pay the ultimate penalty. Can we please lose some shame? Gotta figure out how to do it. It's not so easy to lose some shame. But you still got 8 honor points. You just have to keep your... You have to be one of these guys, you know, you're like Kratos, right? Like in God of War. You take lots and lots of damage all the time. You do lots of crappy things. But you also, at the same time, manage to, you know, stay ahead of the game. With honor, so to speak. Okay. Love it. In disfavor with Asclepius. Okay. And I think that is a good place to stop. The save point is going to be 536. You have not died yet. I mean, the funny thing is, you guys haven't even found your father Regius yet. It's just you haven't even found him yet. Cool. There we go. All right, guys, but a good start. Exactly, Mark of the Undead. But a good start, though. A good start. Let me stop Arvbot. Let me clear that. Let me exit out of that, and I will remember to try to update Arvbot to the proper version next time around. Okay, that's going to do it for me, guys, for tonight. I hope you enjoyed what you saw and heard and had fun with the stream. We will continue this book as well before we move back into games like Dark Souls and stuff like that. Again, a reminder, a programming note, I will try to stream over the weekend. It's not going to be tomorrow and probably not Saturday. I'll try to stream on Sunday, but that's totally dependent on the internet and whether or not I'm able to, how the internet looks wherever we end up stopping on the way back from Gen Con. So if not, then I'll definitely be back on Tuesday. And on Tuesday, I'll be over at GOG.com at 4 p.m. Eastern, continuing my Siege of Dragonspear playthrough, Baldur's Gate. And then we'll be back on my channel continuing this book. And when that is completed, then as I said, we'll be moving into Dark Souls. This is definitely a brutal mechanic book. Yeah, this is brutal. But a lot of fun, though. I actually like some of the shame and honor systems and stuff like that. And again, I apologize for a couple of the false starts, but I'm still trying to get my head around the combat system as well. If you guys like what you saw and heard, again, don't forget to follow the stream. Please support the Patreon, which is sitting at $3.87. Please support, please go join the Steam group. Please join the YouTube channel as well. Check out the YouTube and subscribe there. And if you can do those things, yeah, exactly. Honor is a very fungible stat, so you can definitely use it to improve both protection and attack, which I think is kind of neat. So, in any case, honor is almost like luck, except it's not quite affixed the same way. If you were in the Indianapolis area, please stop by and say hi. I've got 3 more days of panels to do, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to download and install the new ARVbot, and I'm going to head to bed because I have an early panel tomorrow morning. So definitely follow my Twitter as well if you want to know how things are going at Gen Con. You can do that by checking out !allthings. We'll tell you about all the ways to follow me. And as I said, I'll be back at you guys possibly Sunday night, but if not, I'll definitely be back at you guys Tuesday, GOG.com for more Baldur's Gate Siege of Dragonspear, and then Tuesday evening I'll be back with more of Bloodfeud of Altheus, and I will update you guys then about all the cool stuff that I saw at Gen Con. Until then, no raid tonight, just heading off to bed here. Love you all, you guys, the best viewers on Twitch, and I will catch all of you wonderful people. Thank you, Nedwin. I will catch all of you wonderful people very, very soon. Until then, may honor be with you, O Altheus, and I'll catch you guys soon. Be good to each other. Have a good night.
Well, do you remember when the world was fresh and new? When it all seemed clear to you? When your aim was straight and true? Were your mind untroubled by the questions in the dark? Content to play your part, open pathways to your heart? Were your life untainted by a host of broken dreams? When all your acts were queens, understood all that it means? Could you have understood the way your life was bound? Did you ever wonder how you got from there to now? Oh yes, you're gonna fly away from here, where the sky grows more clear, and your problems disappear, drift away down below. Watch them go down to your friends, where the trouble never ends, and there's always just one more day left to go. Go on and search now through your pile of broken lies and your set of fake goodbyes, another cynical disguise. When will they catch you? All those little things you said, will it turn around instead? Blame the voices in your head. With all your subtle language, try and turn your life around. If your center gets unwound, you do your best to slow things down. And if you feel things that you never felt before, things that shook you to your core, a shattered truth you can ignore. Oh yes, you're gonna fly away from here, when the sky grows more clear, and your problems disappear, drift away down below. Watch them go down to your friends, where the trouble never ends, and there's always just one more day left to go. matters only what you make. When it comes to your own vision, when you got to see it through, you know you got to make it do. You know it's all been up to you. Cause here I stand here waiting, trying to make a brand new start. Cause it's finally done.